My sister mocked me for being adopted, so I made our parents wish they'd picked me twice. Growing up, my sister Brooke never let me forget I was adopted. While our parents showered us both with love, she'd whisper things like, "They only got you because the agency had a 2-for-1 sale," or at least I know where I came from. I tried not to let it bother me, but every comment chipped away at my confidence. I was 8 when my parents chose me. They already had Brooke, who was 6 at the time, but they wanted another child. After seeing me at the agency, they said it felt like I was meant to be part of our family, but Brooke never accepted me. She'd hide my homework, blame me for things she broke, and tell other kids at school I was secondhand goods. Despite her constant bullying, I worked hard in school while Brooke partied and barely maintained to C average. I was taking advanced classes and studying late into the night. Our parents noticed the difference but didn't want to compare us. They'd praise both of us equally, even when Brooke clearly didn't deserve it. Everything changed during our senior year. Brooke was failing 3 classes and risked not graduating. Instead of studying, she spent her time making TikToks about how adopted kids were damaged goods and posting Instagram stories mocking my generic brand DNA. One day, I overheard her on the phone with her friend. "My parents only adopted her because they felt sorry for her. But watch when college applications come around, they'll realize blood is thicker than water. All their money is going to their real daughter's education." That was the last straw. I had already been accepted to Princeton with a partial scholarship, but I hadn't told anyone yet. I decided to let Brooke dig her own grave. Every time she skipped class to hang out with her boyfriend, I kept quiet. When she forged our mom's signature on her failed math test, I looked the other way. I watched as she dug herself deeper and deeper. The day college decisions were released, our parents gathered. We were all in the living room, sitting with our eyes glued to our laptops. My father, with his hand resting on his chin, watched in silence. My mother, anxious, paced back and forth with her already cold cup of tea in her hands. Brooke seemed too calm, which, coming from her, was almost always a sign that something was about to explode. "Come on, Brooke, open that email already," my mother said, trying to smile. Brooke huffed as if this was all a waste of time. "Ugh, relax. I know I got in." I didn't even need to look to know she still believed her own lie. She had sent applications to 7 colleges, even with grades that barely met the minimum. For weeks, she spent more time setting up her Instagram aesthetic for the decisions than actually filling out the forms. Delusion was a thick layer in my sister's life. She clicked. The silence lasted a second, the kind of second that seems to stretch until it becomes a weight in the air. Then she read, frowned, scrolled down the page, read again. "This is a mistake," she murmured, pulling the laptop closer to her face. "Honey?" my father asked, his voice heavy with concern. "Rejected." She spat the word like it was poison. "They said my application doesn't meet the academic requirements." "This is wrong. I had recommendation letters." My stomach churned, but I held back the smile that threatened to escape. It was cruel to rejoice in someone's downfall, I know, but there was something cathartic about watching her arrogance crumble, layer by layer, as if for the first time, reality was returning everything she had spread along the way. One by one, Brooke opened the other emails. All the responses were variations of the same polite sentence. "Unfortunately, your candidacy was not selected in this cycle." She turned white as paper. For the first time in a long time, Brooke was speechless. My father cleared his throat. "Sweetheart, maybe we can look at other options. Community colleges, technical courses." "No," she interrupted him, slamming the laptop shut. "This doesn't make sense. I deserve to get in." That's when I opened my email. Without much ceremony, I left the laptop screen clearly visible on the table. The word "congratulations" was emblazoned at the top of Princeton's digital letter. My mother came closer, read slowly, then turned her face to me with teary eyes. You already knew?" I nodded. "Why didn't you tell us?" "Because I knew